So it's a slightly adult topic, set expectations accordingly. Alright. So my mom was very excited to come today with me. But sare jokes mom pe hain. So I humbly requested her to not come. Okay. So, but my mom prayed today to make sure that my performance goes well. So who has religious moms? Give me a cheer.
Everyone.
Exactly. See, this is our bonding
Indian
moment.
mom.
Exactly. This is our bonding moment, right? This is what all of us have in common. Religious moms. You can see why my mom's not invited. Okay. So religious moms. Now, if you think about it, there are some very good advantages to having a religious mom. Let me give examples. Her full-time job is to make sure your full-time job goes well. Is to pray for your full-time job. Sorry, that was not a feminist joke at all, but joke nonetheless. Alright. Then she tries to convince her boss, God, to convince your boss to give you a promotion. Or an increment. Finally, when you don't study hard for an exam or for a performance or for your work meeting, you can always go to her and be like, Mama, please pray harder. Because her hard work can always be used as a replacement for your hard work. Always. So that's the advantages. And I'm a very strong believer in mom's prayer powers. Okay, even Harry Potter's mother was able to save his life by her love shield situation. So don't ever mess with mom's prayers. Okay, there's something going on over there. That's all I'll say. So okay, we've talked about advantages. Now let's talk about disadvantages. So does anyone want to share any disadvantages they've faced by having a religious mom very quickly? Anyone?
Veg, non-veg.
So like there's million pujas you have to go to, correct, right? There's
Monday, Thursday, Saturday.
Correct. Monday, Thursday, aaj ye mat khao.
Making you avoid bad habits. Making you avoid bad habits.
Let me talk more about that. Speaking of bad habits. So I caught my mom praying for something a few years ago. My mom was praying for a virgin husband for me.
You can do a mic drop here.
Now that is so messed up on so many levels. I don't even know where to start. But you will hear it in detail. So firstly, okay, a virgin husband could be the worst possible thing to happen. Not just to me, to anybody. All the girls here. Okay? At this age, I don't want to sign up to be a tutor to someone. A virgin husband would be like a clueless intern. Very eager to contribute. But doesn't know what to do, when, where, why, how. Right. I mean, even for something as basic as a kiss, you need a lot of experience to get good at it. Otherwise, you're just fumbling around, trying to search for something, Secondly, and here's the important part, I think everyone knows or should know that female biology is unfortunately far more complex than male biology. Cue some details which are about to come. Okay. So because it's very complex, it's a good thing boys think they're smarter than girls. No, they need to. They have to forget virgin status. They have to get to PhD status in female biology to confidently navigate us towards our promised land. Hopefully the promised land is clear. I don't have to explain it. So now, because they have to do so much mehnat, okay, I think the most unfair thing, people think the most unfair thing between the sexes is girls have to go through periods in pregnancy. I think the most unfair thing is, okay, this is going to get explicit, men get done easily, predictably and quickly. Women, not so much. Not easy, not predictable, definitely not quick. And that is sad for both genders, because both men are okay. Okay? Now, so basically we need when men get done, it's a clear boundary, you get to know. For women, the guy keeps asking, "Are you done? Are you done? Are you done?" And half the time they're asking not because they actually care, but because they're tired of their cardio. And that is when we fake it, because we are taking pity on your hands. So on your cardio, right? So anyway, point is, we need an experienced guide, not a first-time traveler. The experience. So I thought, okay, no problem. I'll just pray to God to discount my mother's prayers, not listen to them, and cancel it out. And I realized, वो तो बहुत ही stupid strategy है. Ultimately, in that sphere, she has far more years of experience praying than I do. So I'm the clueless intern, and she's the PhD. Right? So it's not gonna work. So I know that sex in Indian households is like this don't ask, don't tell philosophy, policy situation, but I was left with no alternative than having a awkward conversation with my super religious mother about my virginity status. That was not fun. So, at first, when I told her, I felt bad for her also, right? Like, she had to hear things she never wanted to hear in her life from her daughter. But I still had it worse. Let me prove it to you. So, when I told her, so I started by shock, then crying, then anger, then yelling. You brought shame to our family. How could you betray us and everything we taught you, which was, nothing in this regard, by the way. And go back to America. That's a reference because I was in the US for a few years to work and live. So forever. Think about it for a second. She tried to banish me from the country. Indian parents. Second, she clearly thinks only Americans have sex, even now. So Indian population numbers are increasing because of prayers. No wonder they keep praying for sons. And all those 10-minute grocery delivery companies, nobody's buying grocery from those. The only time we 10-minute delivery is for a condom. And so all the investors are collectively pumping lots of money to make sure Indians can conveniently have safe sex. That's what's happening. Planned Parenthood would be so proud. So given that, so basically I didn't betray my parents. They betrayed me because I was woefully unprepared for the experience. There was no one to solve and clarify my doubts and FAQs. I managed somehow. It's very, very traumatic. So after all of this, when she finally calmed down, she changed her strategy to persuasion. So she said, Riddhi, don't you want someone fresh? Do you ever buy used clothes? No, right? Then why a used husband? So I said, Mom, if clothes were better, after they had experience, I would totally buy the ones with more experience, which means husbands are not like clothes. They're like shoes. They fit and move better after they've been used a few times. And practicing sex is like being in a chemistry lab. At first you're scared and don't know what goes where. Then someone teaches you carefully and you do exactly how much you've been taught. And most average students stop there. It's the good ones who realize there is a world of possibilities here. So they start experimenting. Then they get good at it. Then they start enjoying it. Then they start keep experimenting more. And finally they become great. And god damn it, I will swear on the Gita, I deserve a good chemistry lab partner. Thank you, that's my time.
Wow. Lovely. It was lovely.